YouTube. So before you start cutting, what you want to do is saturate your client's hair and part it. That way you can start off neat, you know what I mean? Getting the hair laid down in the direction that you want it to go in. Now that you have it all nice and saturated and in the direction that you want it to go in, it's time to debulk. What I'm gonna do is take my Instinct X with the one guard, with the lever fully open, using my comb to pull down the hair. I'm basically just gonna feed the hair into the teeth of the blades, taking off this bottom bulk. Now I'm gonna keep some hair, you know, at the top, but for the most part, I'm just debulking the bottom half. So now that the bulk is taken out, it's easier for you to now set in your guidelines. So right now, I'm using my Babyliss FX trimmers to set in my bald line, and I'm gonna do it in kind of like a drop fade type of way. Because I wanna keep a lot of that hair in the back, I'm just gonna drop it in the back. Now I'm gonna come behind it with my Babyliss FX shaver ones and basically make sure the bottom half is razor bald. I'm not gonna go all the way to the line because that's gonna set in a harsh guideline. I'm gonna leave about a ½ inch worth of space. So next, I'm gonna work on building that shape. Basically taking off all of that overhang that's hanging over on top. I'm gonna clipper over comb using my Instinct X. All right, with the lever open, I don't wanna do it fully closed because I don't wanna take off that much at one time. So I'm basically gauging how much I take off. So I'm gonna set my comb at a 45-degree angle and basically take off what I need and look from side to side in front of my client's head to build that shape. So because I didn't really, you know, lay the comb flat, I basically did a 45-degree angle. I'm gonna go behind it with my 2-guard with the lever closed and basically just run that clipper up into the shape that I've already did with the clipper over comb. So now that I basically built the shape that I want, I'm gonna come behind it and set in my regular guidelines, which is the lever open. I'm going up about a 1/2 inch, making sure I go over that guideline multiple times to ensure that it's at that length. So just because I use the one guard to take off the bolt doesn't mean that I don't follow the steps still. I'm still gonna go behind it with my one guard open, going up about a 1/2 inch, but this time I'm kind of coasting my blade into the blend, all right? So just make sure that when you're doing that it still kind of goes with the shape that you're trying to create, all right? Make sure you look from side to side while you're doing this. So I like to take baby steps when I go back down and take out my guidelines. So right now I just close the lever on that one guard and I'm just softening up that middle line. Now that I have the line softened up, I'm gonna put on my zero guard with the lever fully closed, and in a flick out motion, I'm gonna flick out that middle line, starting below the line, flicking to the line. Now, if you need to go up because you brought the fade up a little bit too much, what you wanna do is open the lever as you go up. So in some cases that the zero guard close doesn't take out that middle line. What I like to do is I like to open the lever and just kind of detail as I go, all right? Knock out those areas where I see bulk using my corners. And lastly, as far as taking out the guidelines, with the lever fully closed in a flick out motion, flick out that bottom line. Now keep in mind, if you need to go up, adjust your lever as you go up. So finally, what you want to do is detail work, all right? What I like to do is I like to refer to the mirror. The mirror shows me a different perspective on the blend than just to see it head on, all right? Also, if you don't have a mirror behind you, give your eyes a break, rest your eyes for a second, come back to the blend and start using your corners to detail your work. All right, right now, I'm detailing my shape. All right, putting the shape that I want, the final look that I want on it. And after that, I'm gonna come behind it and, you know, clean up the fade a little bit more. Really didn't want to take too much off the top at all. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure that the hair on top is nice and cleaned up. That way when it lays over, it doesn't overhang and it kind of blends into the sides. So depending on what hairstyle it is, I always like to prep my front line before I line my client up. The perfect length for me is a 1 guard, all right? Take that 1 guard and just knock down the tips. That way, when you put a line on it, it comes out crispy. Listen, let me tell you why they call me 360. When they sit in my chair, I spin them in a full 360, and they come out looking like
God did.
YouTube. This is the cut, and if you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also, HustleDreamProduction, that's my brother. He does all my beats. His YouTube channel will be linked in the description below. Make sure you guys go give him a follow. Also, if you want to know where you can find any tools that you've seen in this video, links will be in the description below. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My TikTok is official360Jeezy and my Instagram is 360Jeezy. But it's your boy 360Jeezy, and I'm out of here.